This lady, you know what? I'm just gonna have her speak her own opinions on this.
You can give everyone here like a $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently, a $50,000 check. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other according?
Because I'll say it, in Asian culture, you play the goddamn violin when you're young. What do I mean? It's time for me. What do I mean by that? You do your homework, you bring honor to the family, you do what you're told. That's a lot of Asian culture, which is why their schools do a little bit better than ours, because our culture is a little bit more lazy. I don't know 100% about black culture, but I do have a couple of friends, and they have exposed me to a couple of experiences that I probably would never experience being the way that I am. Now, I will say some of the rhetoric and some of the cultural problems that said will have, they need to be acknowledged.
To the FBI.
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
No. This is what happens when you have someone that has facts being laid out in front of them that they just quite frankly don't like. So they just go, no, that's not true. No.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there.
He's halfway right. You could have two different people look at the exact same numbers and have one person display numbers and have the other person display numbers in two completely different ways and have them look like bad numbers or good numbers. It really is how you lay it out. But where's your stats? I'm providing my stats. Do you have any stats to back it up? No, I just don't like what you have to. How good is your PC? It's got a 4090 Ti in it. How good is like you gotta. This is the internet. This is the battlefield of ideas. If your idea sucks, you're gonna lose.
Particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're gonna start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one.
Dude, weren't Asian people in America like put in camps like in the 40s? Like they're not walking around and be like, why did you put us in camps in the 40s, man? No, they buckled down. They said, okay, this is our world now. And then when it was done, they went back to work and they said, hey, can we get some stuff? And they did get a little bit of reparations for that. Not much, but they got some. Like they should have. But this is a completely different thing. If anything, Asian people should be more mad than black people because, again, if you go into, say, a college or anything like that, the level of your IQ and the level of proficiency you have to be if you're so-called Asian is so much higher than you would have to be if you were a minority. Or, black. I hate to say it, but that's the way it is. Sorry.
Here is
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe
I'm telling
this?
the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've
They're from people like you, you little crazy wild broad.
seen is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever.
Let's just take a second and pause that for a second. what happens if you take the exact same story and you put white people instead of black people? Flip the name white and black and hear it.
Of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other, but they're more likely to kill each other than
That sounds really bad if you flip the races, right?
white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my
Tell me.
God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion.
Oh my God. This kid is being way too nice. This kid hasn't had life experiences to where he's gotten to the point where he knows how to handle crazy ladies.
So let's check that now.
He's being way
Okay,
too nice.
So on a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off.
Oh my God, this girl. Yeah, this guy's being way too nice. Way too nice for her. With people like this, you need to hold her points to the fire. She says something, you need to hold it there and actually make sure that note is being acknowledged, because people like this will just take what you say, throw it over their shoulder and call it salt. Now, this guy, from what I heard, knows how to handle crazy bitches. Not calling her one, because I don't want to get banned. Not calling her one. But I'm just saying this guy knows how to handle that said type of person.
So why is that fair for people who never had slaves, who fought against slavery, to have to pay for people that had slaves?
One, from my understanding, you are more interested in preserving the fairness of those who didn't have slaves than the fairness of those who are the descendants of slaves. That is priority to you than finding a fair way to accommodate those who have been the descendant of slaves.
Well, our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity, and we have equal opportunity in this country. We had a black president, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, didn't I voted for Barack Obama. I'll be 1,000 later. No, I mean, I voted for Barack Obama. I mean, I have a couple of black friends, and what can I say? I love everyone. As long as you don't piss me off personally, I don't care who you are, what you are. I mean, as long as you're doing the best you can and trying to be a productive member of society, I'd prefer you over someone who just doesn't do anything.
We had a black president and we had a black vice president. I mean, I think she was black. They said she was black. I don't know.
That's actually a really good point. She was whatever the media needed she to be.
So we had a black president, and you know who voted for that black man? White people, because you can't win a popular election in this country without white people. So Barack Obama is the product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, oh, America is so racist. What's making America so racist is people that continue to talk about racism and continue to focus on racism instead of focusing on unity and bringing our country forward. People that have this liberal mindset are infecting our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality, because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for.
Fucking based. Based. This guy knows what he's talking about. He knows how to handle someone that just screams and yelps and cries when she doesn't get what she wants, and also doesn't like hearing what's a reality.
They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby.
No,
please.
no,
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did
who
great.
helped her? White people.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
No,
Come on in.
no.
Come
You
on
know
in.
who helped her?
Come on in.
No, you know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit from white supremacy. One of the things
This is just a whole new level of moving the goalposts. This is insane. I give my whole bank account if later comes now. We'll get there. We'll get there, my friend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that is quite. But I don't even know how to wrap my head around that. I quite frankly just don't. I'm gonna get a headache trying.
A
No.
lie. White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir,
It's
that's
a
simply
lie.
not
There's
true.
no such. I mean, there's
If that
some,
were not the case, then we wouldn't see the continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power
you
when
know
they
why
do
they're
not
in
have the
position of
power.
power? Because
Let
their
me hear
culture, black culture, is toxic. The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers
So
in the
white
black
culture
home.
is
That's a big problem that has to be rectified. That's a problem. It all starts in the home, and that's fact. I was genuinely I was very, very, very lucky to grow up in a house where my mom and dad are still in it today. I was lucky to see a normal relationship grow, get strong, and I think I turned out pretty well in it. I think I have a pretty good level head because of it. A lot of people don't get that. So if I didn't have my dad thinking in my life, I would be so fucked. I would probably be in jail. Genuinely, I would be screwed if I didn't have my dad in my life. So, W dad.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Stop.
No,
None of this is
no, I don't like what you're saying, even though it's factually accurate. No, stop. No, keep going, man.
It's gonna work if y'all are just gonna sit here and make up shit.
We having
it's
a
not
debate.
gonna work. No, a debate has to be in facts.
You're
I really like that you actually pause and talk about things. I try to give my own input. I don't like being boring and just looking at the screen and just like doing this. I think that's boring. I like to give my 2 cents if I'm watching something. Again, if I don't have anything to say, I won't say it because I don't want to waste your time. But I try.
Literally
emotional liberalism.
I am
right
not
now.
putting off emotional liberalism. You're putting off unfounded lies
That's what y'all
based
do. Y'all
in
start saying
conservatism.
misinformation. Remember, they
It
get
is
that
misinformation
misinformation thing all summer where everything
Look at this
conservatives
man.
did. They said
You're carrying
misinformation.
a chain around your neck of an
misinformation.
apartheid nation that actively wants to harm black people and
What about the
non-Jewish people.
apartheid? What
But
about
let
when-
me bring it
what
back.
about when
Let
black
me bring
people
it
were
back.
selling black people
Let me
in
bring
Africa?
it. That was
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation. He's gonna bring that up. He's He's actually right. Back before the founding of America, in those days, I hate to say it, most of the people that were stolen were people that were stolen by their own race. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just. I mean, plus, also, not to mention, let's be real here, guys. This is planet Earth. This is human. This is the human civilization. This is human beings. Slavery was a part of human society since the beginning of human beings, all the way up until one group of people decided we're gonna stop this, and that place is America. That's pretty damn amazing. So the fact that we're still having this conversation is ridiculous in my personal point of view. But I mean, again, there are problems, but I'd rather talk about those problems than this stupid shit.
not happening in the
them in
context that
cages,
you're saying.
And they were selling
Let's
their own
bring it
people.
back.
Black people still sell
Okay.
their own people today, too, by
I don't
the
know
way.
if I'm
That's actually fact. That's actually a true fact and point. There are more slaves than there were ever slaves ever. Let's take a look. How many slaves are there in the world of 2025? Let's take a look. There's no 2025 estimate number of modern slavery, but the most recent comprehensive data from 2021 showed that 50 million people were in modern slavery. 50 fucking million people. And that's in 2021. Why? Because they just didn't like the numbers and stopped recording it? Sure, your pause when later comes. I will pause when later comes. But yeah, I mean, this is horrible. And the thing is, most of those are those are sex slaves. It's an awful thing. It really is an awful thing, and people refuse to recognize it. Most of it is in Africa today, and the other part, most of it, is in India and China. A lot of people don't know that. So the fact that we're having this conversation about this shit right here is stupid. The real conversation we should be having is, hey, we have about 50 million slaves today in this world. How do we stop that? That's what I think we should do. Not this stupid shit. She's wasting her time about what actually matters.
I'm gonna last.
We're selling our own people.
I don't know
She's hurting her own people.
if I'm gonna
You
last.
probably won't last with me.
I won't, because your ignorance is so overwhelming.
He probably won't last with me. I won't, because you actually can prove me wrong and you can actually articulate arguments, unlike most people that freak out when I just go above a certain level of voice pitch. You see, guys, when you have two people that can articulate their ideas correctly, the idea that is better than the two will succeed and win. His idea is better, and he's winning.
That's liberals. Y'all start name calling when y'all getting
it's
defeated.
not
in
name
He's right.
calling. You won't have an argument because you keep cutting me off.
Oh, well, that's fine if they don't let me come
You
back
won't
up. I
even.
made my
You won't.
point.
You didn't make your
I
point.
made my point.
You haven't
And
made
I'm
your
okay
point.
Oh my
And
God,
let me
this
just tell
guy's
you about your
amazing.
point. You started off saying we believe in hard work
Yes.
and we believe in being compensated.
Reparations is not, though. Reparations is not hard work. It's stealing. It's Robin Hood.
You said you
Handouts.
believe in hard work.
Yes.
And you believe in being compensated for hard work.
Yes.
Were slaves compensated for their work?
They weren't compensated for their work. But why should people who are sitting at home playing video games, smoking marijuana,
Are you sitting at
be
home playing a
giving
video game?
checks?
Are
But
you
no, the
sitting at
people that
home
they-
playing a video
the
game?
people that they wanted
Am I sitting
reparations
at home
for-
playing a video game? No.
Okay. Okay, screw you, dude. I'm sitting behind a computer playing video games and talking about stuff, but I also have a job coming up, so I'm doing my part, okay? Yeah, no, this guy knows exactly how to handle a crazy lady who doesn't know what's going on. What the fuck is wrong with video games? There's nothing wrong with video games. Yeah, no, I'm curious. Let's take a look and see the I'm really curious. What does the community think of this here? An intelligent person who attacks the ideas, an ignorant person who attacks the people. There you go. That just sums it up right there. Doesn't get more simpler than that. Think of me as your mama. Gee, I wonder why people don't like her. She insulted almost every one of them and demanded respect for shouting them down each time. Yeah, she's not debating. She's protesting. Yep, she called them racist, so shut down. Yeah, Harriet Tubman was often associated with the quote, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if only they were slaves. What? Actually impossible to have a debate with a person who's living in a different reality. And okay, I gotta make this point. Guys, 2 vids left. There are 2 vids left, and they're a little bit more on the entertaining aspect. We just have to accept that certain people, I think, are too far gone. Really. I think genuinely, when you have someone that is so far, oh my god, so far somewhere, where you are over here and they're way over here, it gets to a point where the middle is not really the middle over here. It's their middle. Remember what I was saying about coming in high and expecting somewhere in the middle? Same aspect, you're just flipping the graph this way. So, when someone is not accepting reality and has no discipline in understanding they're not going to be right all the time, and they also just refuse to acknowledge real world stats and or things that are a reality, there comes a point where you should just decide not to conversate with that person. It's a lost cause. I mean, really, because here's my opinion of it. If you're having a debate with someone and they're just refusing to even acknowledge real world stats and what's actually happening, you can't have an honest conversation with them because they're not having an honest conversation with you. So why would you give them that tool that they can use against you? I'm free and very happy with having an honest conversation with anybody, as long as it's honest. So again, it gets to a point where it is literally, I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it is better to behoove you of not wasting your time with some people. Better off not wasting your time. And I gotta be honest, people like this is someone you don't waste your time with.